standing at the edge of a papyrus swamp in Uganda. The air is thick, humid, the kind of heat that makes your shirt cling to your spine. And then you see it. A statue, gray, motionless, nearly 5 feet tall. It stands in the shallow water like something carved from stone, something that shouldn't be breathing. But it is breathing, slowly, deliberately. Its chest rises and falls with the rhythm of something ancient. This is the Shoebill Stork, Balaeniceps rex, the whale-headed king. And the moment you make eye contact with it, you realize something is wrong. Not wrong in the way a predator is wrong. Wrong in the way a creature that doesn't belong in this era is wrong. Its eyes are fixed forward, like a human's, like a raptor's, not on the sides of its head like other birds. It doesn't blink. It just watches you. And in that moment, every instinct in your body is screaming the same thing. This bird is not normal, because nothing about the Shoebill Stork is normal. Let's start with the most obvious abnormality. That bill. The shoebill's beak is one of the most powerful tools in the avian world. It's nearly 10 inches long and 4 inches wide, shaped as the name suggests, like a Dutch wooden clog. But this isn't decorative. This is a weapon. The edges are razor sharp, serrated like a steak knife. The hook at the end can pierce through flesh, scale, and bone with approximately 2,000 psi of pressure per strike. For context, that's roughly the bite force of a large dog. Except this isn't a bite, it's a decapitation mechanism. The shoebill doesn't peck. It doesn't stab repeatedly like a heron. It strikes once. The bill comes down like a guillotine, and whatever was alive a second ago is now in 2 pieces. Lungfish, baby crocodiles, monitor lizards, occasionally other birds. The shoebill doesn't hunt with grace. It hunts with industrial efficiency. But here's where it gets stranger. Most birds that hunt fish, herons, egrets, kingfishers, have lightweight, narrow bills designed for speed and precision. The shoebill's bill is the exact opposite. It's massive, dense, reinforced with a thick keratin sheath. Scientists estimate the bill alone weighs nearly 10% of the bird's total body mass. That's like a human walking around with a 15-pound sledgehammer attached to their face. Why would evolution produce this? Because the shoebill doesn't hunt in open water. It hunts in swamps, dense, oxygen-poor wetlands where fish come to the surface to breathe. The shoebill's prey isn't fast, it's desperate. And when a lungfish surfaces, gasping, the shoebill's strategy is simple: crush everything. The bill isn't built for speed, it's built to obliterate. But the bill isn't the strangest part. Let's talk about how it moves, or rather, how it doesn't. The shoebill is one of the slowest birds on Earth. Not because it's lazy, because it's efficient. It can stand in the same spot for over an hour without moving a single muscle. Not a twitch, not a shift in weight, nothing. Just a gray statue in the reeds, waiting. This isn't meditation. This is energy conservation at a level most birds can't achieve. The shoebill's metabolism is unusually low for a bird its size. Its heart rate can drop to 60 beats per minute while hunting, comparable to a resting human. Its muscles are optimized for explosive power rather than endurance. It doesn't need to chase prey across the savannah or dive from the sky. It just needs to outweight everything. And it does. But when it finally moves, the speed is shocking. High-speed cameras have recorded shoebill strikes at over 4 meters per second, faster than a human can blink. The bird goes from absolute stillness to lethal violence in less than 1/10 of a second. The prey doesn't even register the attack. One moment it's breathing, the next moment it's dead. This strategy, extreme patience followed by explosive action, is more common in reptiles than birds. Crocodiles hunt this way, snakes hunt this way, but the shoebill is not a reptile. So, why does it act like one? To understand the shoebill, you have to go back 30 million years. The shoebill is a genetic paradox. For decades, scientists couldn't figure out what it was related to. It looks like a stork. It's even called a stork, but genetically, it's not. DNA analysis in the early 2000s revealed something unexpected. The shoebill's closest living relatives are pelicans. Not herons, not storks, pelicans. The two lineages split sometime in the Oligocene epoch, when Africa was a very different place. Wetter, warmer, covered in shallow inland seas. The The shoebill is essentially a pelican that never left the swamp, but it evolved in isolation. While pelicans adapted to coastal oceans and developed throat pouches for catching fish in open water, the shoebill stayed in the papyrus marshes of Central Africa. It developed that massive bill, those forward-facing eyes, that reptilian patience. It became something else. And here's the most unsettling part. The shoebill barely evolved at all after that. Fossil evidence suggests the shoebill's body plan has remained almost unchanged for 10 by 15 million years. It found a niche, ambush predator in oxygen-poor swamps, and it stopped. No major adaptations, no diversification into multiple species. Just one bird, one strategy. Perfected and frozen in time. The shoebill isn't evolving anymore. It's finished. And then there's the sound. If you've ever heard a shoebill, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't sing, it doesn't call, it doesn't chirp or squawk like other birds. It machine guns. The shoebill's primary vocalization is called bill clattering, a rapid-fire percussion that sounds like a jackhammer made of bone. The bird throws its head back, opens that massive bill, and slams the upper and lower mandibles together at speeds approaching 4 to 5 strikes per second. The sound echoes across the wetlands, a hollow, stuttering clatter that's been compared to distant gunfire. This isn't communication in the way we think of birdsong. There's no melody, no variation, just rhythm. And it serves a very specific purpose: intimidation. The shoebill uses bill clattering to establish dominance, warn off rivals, and communicate with mates. But unlike most birds, which vary their songs for different contexts, the shoebill only has one sound. It doesn't modulate. It doesn't improvise. It just hammers. Researchers who've spent years studying shoebills report something deeply unnerving. The bird's vocalizations feel mechanical, not in the sense that they're artificial, but in the sense that they lack the complexity, the emotional variation, the life that you hear in other bird calls. It's a sound that belongs to something older, something from before birds learned to sing. And when you hear it in person, in the middle of a swamp at dawn, your brain doesn't register it as a bird. It registers it as a warning. But perhaps the most disturbing thing about the shoebill isn't how it hunts or sounds. It's how it reproduces. Shoebills are siblicidal. The female lays 2 eggs, spaced several days apart. Both hatch. Both chicks are initially cared for by the parents. But here's the thing. The parents don't stop the older, stronger chick from killing its sibling. In fact, they don't even intervene. The older chick will attack the younger one, pecking, pushing, denying it food, until the younger chick dies of starvation or injury. This happens in over 80% of shoebill nests, and the parents watching from a few feet away do nothing. This isn't neglect. This is strategy. The shoebill's habitat is unpredictable. Swamps flood and dry with the seasons. Food availability swings wildly. The parents can't reliably feed 2 chicks to adulthood, so they hedge their bets. They lay 2 eggs in case one fails, but they expect only one to survive. The second egg is insurance, nothing more. And the parents let the chicks decide which one is strongest. This behavior, obligate Siblicide, is rare in birds but common in raptors like eagles. Once again, the shoebill acts less like a water bird and more like a predator from an entirely different lineage. But there's something even stranger. The surviving chick doesn't leave the nest for 3 or 4 months, one of the longest fledging periods of any bird. During that time, the parents feed it a diet almost exclusively of lungfish and catfish. But here's the problem. Those fish are full of toxins. Lungfish survive in stagnant, oxygen-deprived water by concentrating ammonia and other waste products in their tissues. For most animals, eating lungfish regularly would cause kidney failure, but the shoebill chick is fine. How? We don't know. Scientists still don't fully understand how shoebills process these toxins without suffering organ damage. One hypothesis suggests they have highly specialized liver enzymes, adaptations that allow them to eat prey no other bird can tolerate. The shoebill isn't just hunting in a hostile environment, it's thriving on what would poison everything else. So, let's pull back and ask the bigger question. What is the shoebill really? It looks like a bird. It has feathers, wings, a beak. But in almost every other way, it defies the category. It hunts like a reptile. It sounds like a machine. It practices infanticide like a raptor. Its bill is more weapon than tool. Its metabolism operates on a different clock than most birds. Its genetic lineage is an evolutionary dead end. A single species with no close relatives, no subspecies, no variation. The shoebill is not adapting to the modern world. It is the last living member of an ancient lineage that refuses to change. And that's the most terrifying part, because the shoebill's habitat is disappearing. The papyrus swamps of Uganda, South Sudan, Tanzania, and Zambia, the only places on Earth where shoebills still live, are draining. Climate change is altering rainfall patterns. Human agriculture is encroaching. Wetlands are being converted to farmland at accelerating rates. There are fewer than 8,000 shoebills left in the wild. That number is dropping. And here's the brutal reality. The shoebill cannot adapt. Its entire existence is optimized for one habitat, one hunting strategy, one type of prey. It doesn't migrate. It doesn't generalize. It is a specialist taken to the absolute extreme. If the swamps disappear, the shoebill disappears. No backup plan, no evolutionary pivot, just extinction. And when it goes, it won't just be the loss of a species. It will be the loss of something older, a creature that survived 10 million years of climate shifts, ice ages, and continental drift by being perfectly and flexibly abnormally adapted to one narrow niche. The shoebill is a window into deep time, and we are watching it close. So, the next time you see a video of a shoebill online, standing motionless, staring into the camera with those unblinking, forward-facing eyes, remember this: you are not looking at a modern bird. You are looking at an evolutionary relic, a ghost from the Oligocene, a creature that solved the problem of survival so completely, so efficiently, that it stopped evolving altogether. The shoebill doesn't need to be fast. It doesn't need to be social. It doesn't need to sing or migrate or adapt to changing environments. It just needs the swamp. And for 10 million years, that was enough. But now, in the span of a single human lifetime, the swamps are vanishing. And the shoebill, this perfect, abnormal, impossible bird, is running out of time. There is something deeply humbling about watching a creature that predates our species by millions of years, a creature that has never needed to change, suddenly facing extinction because we changed the world too fast. The shoebill isn't normal. It never was. And maybe that's exactly why we need to save it, because in a world that's becoming more predictable, more homogenized, more normal every day, we need the things that refuse to fit. We need the reminders that evolution doesn't always mean progress. Sometimes it just means this works, and nothing else matters. The Shoebill Stork is a monument to that philosophy. Let's not let it become a fossil.